Hello there. What is going on, everyone? Today, I want to talk a little bit about how to find and where to buy some of the tabletop games and accessories that I cover. Since I've been posting more on TikTok and other forms of social media, I've had a lot more reach and I've had a lot more people kind of asking, hey, where can I get this stuff? Where can I get this stuff? So today, that's going to be the subject of this video. I'm here to help you out. If you guys are new here, don't forget to enter to win that $25 Amazon gift card giveaway. You just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. And also want to thank today's sponsor, Luxury Playstyle. They make amazing full metal tokens for a variety of tabletop games. These are the best in class for all of the games that they make tokens for, including Star Wars X-Wing. We also have a line of Star Wars Legion tokens that are going to be coming out very soon, so stay tuned for those. You're going to save 15% if you use code Crabbok VIP, and on orders of $35 or more while supplies last, you're going to get a lightsaber nunchuck token thrown in there free. So, with that being said, I want to talk about a couple of different places that you can find stuff online and you can learn more about. First off, if you go to my website, crabbok.com, or hop in my Discord, those are great places to get you started, to interact with people, to ask questions. My Discord is very family friendly, so don't worry about the language and the inappropriate, it's a safe for work type environment, safe for the family. So you can definitely do that and hop in there, say hi to us. Follow me on all the links down below in social media as well. But basically, most of the games that I tend to cover, the Holy Trinity as I call them, are X-Wing, Armada, and Legion. But I do cover other games as well, especially a lot of Star Wars games. And they each have kind of a dedicated website over on fantasyflightgames.com. Now, this is going to change at some point in the future. It's currently June 2021, and these games were all made by Fantasy Flight Games, which is owned by Asmoday, which is a gaming company. But all of these Star Wars miniatures games are in the process of switching over to another company called Atomic Mass Games. So depending on when you have first found this channel, you may have found it during when everything was made by Fantasy Flight Games, or you may find it in the future when everything will be being made by Atomic Mass Games. But as of today, everything is still hosted over on fantasyflightgames.com. So, and I'm going to put links to all of these sites down in the description as well. But Fantasy Flight Games right now still has good kind of overviews of a lot of these games. And so, if we come over here, you can see that there's like a kind of a products page. If you go to fantasyflightgames.com and click on products, you're going to have all the different lines that they tend to cover. And if you click on Star Wars, you're going to see pages for X-Wing 2nd Edition, Star Wars Legion, Star Wars Armada, as well as certain other board games like Outer Rim and Rebellion, role-playing games, even Imperial Assault, which is going to, it is another game. I don't cover it very much because it hasn't had anything new in a long time. But all of their games have pages that are down here, and you can click on these pages. Like I will click on Star Wars Legion, for example, and you're going to be redirected to kind of a page that's going to show you all the different factions and each expansion available for those factions, different MSRPs for them. If you click Add to Cart or whatever, it's going to be taking you to the Asmoday site, and I imagine when Atomic Mass Games gets their website open, it will hopefully look at least a little something like this, because it's a good kind of a repository of all the different expansions that are available, because it's easy to kind of get overwhelmed and like, wait, I want to play the Empire. What should I do? How many types of stormtroopers are there? What is available? What's the biggest unit? Is there an AT-AT walker? What's the biggest thing? Is an ATST the biggest thing? Like you can see a lot of stuff there, and an ATST is probably still the biggest thing, but at least tallest. But yeah, so but another website that I'm going to talk about is Asmoday. Asmoday, they have a store, at least in the, if you're in the United States, they have a United States store. If you're outside of the United States, you may have to search for Asmoday store and then include your country in the Google search bar, and you'll get a store that's going to probably look a little something like this. And this is going to include games that are not made by Fantasy Flight Games, such as Marvel Crisis Protocol, also is an Atomic Mass Games game. And Asmodee also is a distributor of a lot of other games. You can get games like Nemesis here, and a lot of other different board game companies are all owned. Asmodee is very like a corporate umbrella that actually owns a lot of other gaming companies. So you're going to be able to get a lot of board games that if you're newer to the tabletop gaming world, you may have never heard of a lot of these games, which is then going to say or kind of lead me into where I think you should be going first. Of course, this is a great place to learn, to see what's out there, to kind of discover some things, but you're not going to get any deals on anything here. And this is all online purchases, and some things are out of stock, right? And so I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a minute. But the first place you should really go, once you kind of see what's out there and you have an idea, is you should go to a local game store. Now, when I say a local game store, a lot of people think GameStop or something, or EB Games it used to be, or something like that, or Best Buy, because they sell video games. And I'm not talking about a video game store. I'm talking about what we call an FLGS. And just Google FLGS in your own area, and you're going to have, like I searched for friendly local game stores in New York, for example. I live in Orlando, so I already know the stores near me, but you may not know of any stores in your area. So, if you live in a small town in the middle of nowhere, maybe you can try searching in that middle of nowhere, but search for your state. Maybe search for the nearest big city that's, maybe within driving distance to you, or reasonable travel distance. So that's a good way to search for local game stores. I stumbled across a place called Friendly Local Game Store Directory, and this is a place that you can potentially check out also. There's probably lots of other ways to find local game stores near you, but these are often stores that are going to sell games like Magic the Gathering or Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes they sell card games, but a lot of times those are stores that may also have some board games, and that will kind of get you a step in the door towards a store that may also have miniatures. You can also search for Warhammer 40K. I don't usually cover a whole lot of Games Workshop stuff. They're the company that makes Warhammer 40K, but stores that usually have that type of stuff are also going to have there's a pretty good chance that those type of stores will also support play like Legion and Armada and X-Wing and things like that. And it's a good way for you to meet other people that can direct you further, because there may be a new store that's just opening up that not a lot of people know about yet. But that's a great way to get involved in the community and meet more people who are going to be playing these games. So definitely, search for and the keyword is FLGS, Friendly Local Game Store, or sometimes people just say LGS if their local game store isn't that friendly, but that's the term, and there may not be one near you in your area, and if so, the market this is a good time to open up your own store. So not everybody can of course do that, but there are a lot more game stores out there than people realize. There's also gaming clubs. Sometimes they will meet up at libraries and other things like that. So search for it in Google, but there's also, if you use social media, I know there's a lot of meetup groups that use Facebook as an opportunity to meet people. So search in Facebook, search groups in Facebook if you're interested in learning more. Again, for a lot of these specific games, you can join my Discord. We have looking for group channels or looking for game channels, LFG channels for X-Wing, Armada, and Legion. There's a lot of other channels for other tabletop games as well. So it's a great way to kind of ask questions and get directed and kind of communicate with other people. But there's Facebook groups for all of the different games as well. There's also local meetup groups for all of those. And that's just for trying to get into meeting people. Now, if you have a store, a lot of times stores will offer incentive programs or discounts. My local game store is where I pick up most of my product here in Orlando is called Sci-Fi City, and they usually have a little bit of a discount. And plus it's great to support your local game store, especially because that's a place where you can play and you're usually supporting a small business or something like that. If you can't do that, you can also try eBay or Amazon and things like that. And that's okay. It's good as kind of a method of last resort. There are two other websites that I've ordered stuff from that kind of specialize in board games and tabletop games. One is coolstuffinc.com. I'll put a link to this down in the description. They do sell a lot of card games, but they also sell a lot of board games and or miniatures. So as you can see up here, they have their entire selection kind of sorted out pretty easily. If you go over to miniatures, you're going to see subsections for Star Wars X-Wing, I'd shy away from X-Wing, because if it just says X-Wing, that may be talking about X-Wing First Edition, which is really not played very much anymore. The X-Wing Second Edition is probably the one you're looking for there. But Star Wars Legion and Star Wars Armada are also popular games. They have older stuff too, like Star Wars Miniatures, the old Wizards of the Coast stuff. But if we click on something like Star Wars Armada, you might not find everything in stock, right? And this is something that we're going to be seeing here, is a lot of product is out of stock. So check all of these sites if you're looking for something. And this is just something that happens a lot with these Star Wars tabletop games, is there's slowdowns in shipments and production and manufacturing capability. So certain types of ships may only come in, may only get restocked once a year. So, and if there's something you have your heart set on, like if you wanted the Chimera expansion pack, it's out of stock here, you may have to, search on Amazon or even eBay for something that's out of stock. That's a possibility. But a lot of they have gladiators here. A lot of the stuff is out of stock currently, home ones. So just, you can try and see, if make your list out of what you think you're going to need. If you can find stuff here, usually you're going to get a decent little discount on a lot of the stuff here at Cool Stuff. And I think if you have over a certain amount, you can qualify for free shipping and things like that. So, but a lot of this stuff is out of stock. Another site that I use that specializes a little bit more in miniatures and less in board games, but they do also have board games, is called Miniature Market. I know this is a very, very popular site. Now, these are both sites that are more common amongst US-based customers. If you are not in the United States, there are probably similar sites out there that might be in a language that I don't read, so can't necessarily recommend them to you. But I think if you're Googling games like this enough, you're going to probably, hopefully, find equivalent sites for other countries. And I know that at least I've seen a lot of them advertised on other social media, but I don't know which ones are the most reputable depending on which country you live in. So that's why I first direct you to find other local groups for your country and or state and city or province or wherever it is you live, because hopefully then you can talk to people in the know, get recommendations from your local community on where do they buy their stuff, and then you can find out where to buy it in your local area. Of course, there's always like global sites like eBay and Amazon, again, if things are at, kind of last resort. So here at Miniature Market, you'll see some of the newer stuff. The latest Armada arrivals are showing up right now, so you can click on that, you'll get similar recommendations. We got X-Wings, new Trident class that's just coming out soon. So they have a lot of tabletop miniatures, and they even have stuff for Blood and Plunder, Battlestar Galactica, Attack Wing, lots of really cool deep cuts, unpainted miniatures. So you can see Miniature Market has a much more in-depth selection for tabletop miniatures. So, you definitely want to check them out. And they usually offer a pretty significant discount as well, too. Like here's an MSRP ship of $99.95 that they have for $79.99. An important thing to keep in mind, though, is if you're pre-ordering stuff, if any one thing in your pre-order gets delayed, a lot of times it'll delay your entire shipment. So you may want to, like if you're buying some stuff that's available now and some stuff that's not available yet, you may want to make those all separate purchases. This isn't just unique to Miniature Market. A lot of retailers will do this so they can just save on shipping and put everything in one big box. So you may, if you don't want to wait, I would suggest separating pre-orders from in-stock items, and that's just a couple of websites where you can get some of this stuff. If you want to learn more about these games, I have lots of other videos talking about maybe what to buy first when on a budget. Those will get updated usually about once a year. I think there's some updates to the Legion what to buy first lists that are going to be coming out, and possibly some Armada updated ones with the Clone Wars. I know a lot of new players have been attracted to a lot of these games since Clone Wars content has arrived for all three of the games that I cover the most. So I know that has brought a lot of you in. If you started playing these games due to the Clone Wars showing up, let me know down in the comments what your favorite faction is. Or if you already play, I want to know what you like to play. If you're not yet into these games, what is it that you like that when you saw that this existed, that you said, I want this? Like, what's your kind of dream faction that you want to play? What are some of your favorite miniatures that you'd like to see on your tabletop? I'd love to hear about it. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, let me know down in the comments leave the video a like, share it with your friends. There's a lot of people out there that don't know where to get this stuff, and I've tried answering individual requests, and and it's too many for me to answer everybody individually, so I wanted to do a video to hopefully help out a lot of you. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Big thanks to my patrons. You guys are amazing and help make this channel possible, so thank you. If you want to learn more about Patreon or other ways to help support the channel and follow me on other social media and other links, check the links in the description below. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much, and as always, have a great day.